For the past few weeks, I teamed up with Nick, Ronald and Jared to work on the higher case study assignment. The assignment was aimed at encouraging group members to draw on and reflect on the collaborative process and how it affects us in our desired career settings in the future. Here is a brief summary of the process we went through as a group. We had made initial contact through virtual means as we had difficulty settling for a time that suited everyone. However, we had good, prompt communication amongst us and decided to meet in person once we had good foundation on the subject by examining our case articles and carrying out relevant researches. Every member was punctual and diligent in regards to keeping other members up to speed on happenings. Our first gathering was quite brief and to the point, and I believe the main reason for that was because of the good correspondence we had prior to meeting. Every member already had a good fundamental understanding of the case, and then it was easy to discuss the finer points and dissect the case studies for the purposes of this assignment. During the course of the meeting, each member had developed a rough idea on what their individual points of interest were in the cases, and this led to an informal apportionment of work amongst everyone. We had our second meeting in a not too distant time. By then, we had already gotten a good chunk of our assignment fleshed out. Each member took turn in scrutinizing one another's work and made adjustments to the contents of our writings, while pointing out certain points that were overlooked or were unnecessary. A final meeting was held once everyone came up with a draft that was satisfactory. The work of each member was compiled and smoothed out by Ronald. The group agreed to designate one person for this task in order to keep the entire assignment flow through nicely and stay cohesive. Once everyone skimmed through the draft, we allocated parts for the presentation based on the point of emphasis each member brought up. Because I had a prior experience with video editing, I volunteered to collect the recordings and come up with the video presentation and then have it submitted. During these processes, I have pondered on what makes a group comprising of persons from various fields and backgrounds to be able to bring their own specialized inputs, yet still be cohesive as a unit. From my experience working with this group, I believe this comes from a good foundation of professionalism and communication. The fact that everyone did their homework in the form of solid examination of the subject allowed members of the group to identify aspects of the task they found more intriguing than others, or aspects they knew they were more capable of dealing with than others. While at the same time I did have concerns that such seemingly severe specialization of individual becomes dysfunctional in the sense that everyone goes off on their own tangent and lose focus of the big picture. This was hardly the case for our group, as everyone had a thorough enough understanding of the subject matter to keep themselves close to the common objective. In a way, this manifested as some form of autonomy in the group. In the context of my desired career, which is auditing in New Zealand, it would serve me well to carry my professionalism in every task so that my fidelity to the big picture and my standard of work motivates others to follow suit in situations requiring me to work with others. Once this is established, this specialization of work will lead to reduction in time and effort required from the group as a whole, while allowing concentrated participants to produce work that is in-depth and of high quality. As an auditor, it may be expected of one to deal with cases involving highly complex legal and technological issues. Constant communication and study of the subject matter would help close the distance between experts and facilitate a simpler path to the solution. In conclusion, I've come to the idea that there is a personal and professional urge for individuals to match their efforts to that of the others in the group. This could perhaps be a subconscious form of healthy competition amongst peers, or it could also be a form of inspiration for each members. I have learned from this assignment that the initiative shown from my peers brought about a sense of responsibility to do my share in the team, and I believe this is something that I will definitely be carrying into my professional career.